Okay, guys, here we are. We're back with another product review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Walthers Mainline Thrall rebuilt 40-foot well cars, and these are decorated for TTX. We have two versions. We have this single car version, and we have this 5-unit version right back here. Some of my favorite cars. Uh, And as I mentioned before, these are Walthers mainline cars. I've always held Walthers intermodal cars, especially their stack well cars, in very high regards. I think they're some of the best cars out there, simply because they have metal bodies. They last a long time, um, and overall, they're how do I want to say this? They're right there where they have enough detail for them to really stand out, but they're not just completely overkill on the details. So let's go ahead and take a tour of this. Well, both of these cars really. So we'll start with this single unit version. As you can see, we've got containers already inside the car. Just FYI, if you're new to the hobby, the containers do not come with the car. You do have to buy them separate. So just as a fair warning to all the new hobbyists out there, even though this car has containers in it, they do not come with the car. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at the car. As I mentioned before, not just overkill in the details, but there's some really nice details that are present on the car. We'll come around here. A lot of nice step well detail. And incidentally, these little pegs that you see right here in front of this container, those are separately applied pieces. Um, so be forewarned, this 5-unit car back here actually did have one of those pegs missing. I did find it, and they just press back in. They have little holes in them, and you just basically push them back in, and they generally stay. But anyway, we'll continue with the tour of this car, and I'll go ahead and remove the containers. By the way, they just slide out just like that. So we'll start right over here. Here's the walkways. These are not etched metal walkways like you would see on some freight cars, but still very nice look to them. There's detail present. The treadways are really nicely done. You can see inside the well car. It is set up to either carry two 20-foot containers or one 40-foot container inside of on the inside well there. So you have your choice there. So we'll come all the way back here, and you can see some nice brake detailing. You have the brake cylinder, brake valves, and some piping that runs through there. You have a nice brake wheel. We'll go ahead and uncouple this car, push it back, and we'll turn it around and let you look at the other side here. And this is where they have some really nice little details here. You have the brake chain here. Right here's a little chain right there. It's not an actual chain, it is plastic, but still very nicely done. We come around here all the way down to the side of the car, and all the decaling is nice and legible, and even got the yellow, what they call the reflective stripes, which is a real nice touch. I like that. And incidentally, you can see the little rod that runs down the side of the car for the brake chain. It comes down here to this little chain right here. That's really nicely done. Kind of some of the little nuggets thrown in there. As I mentioned before, it's got enough detail to stand out, but it's not just completely overkill, or you have to handle this car with kid gloves. And you can see the chain comes down all the way down here to where the brake wheel is. Very nice brake wheel. And also, as I mentioned before, these are the car itself is a metal bodied car, so it can take some abuse. The only real downside to having a car with a metal body is that it's easier to actually chip the paint. You can't actually chip the paint on these cars. You know, but again, that's, in my mind, that's just that's a really small price to pay. I actually prefer these cars over a lot of the other manufacturers' cars, simply because they're just tough cars. They can take a beating. So, you know, of course, you know, I wouldn't recommend that you buy these for little kids, but still, they'll withstand some handling. So, and of course, another thing here, we have the Walthers Proto coupler. It's a good coupler, but I'll probably will change these to KD 158s. Like this other Walthers car here, and of course we have the metal wheels. Always nice to see, and these aren't Walthers Proto wheels, but still, very good wheels. And once again, the containers, they just simply slide in there just like that, go in the holes, and you can use other manufacturers' containers other than Walthers. These are Athearn containers. They just fit right in, very nicely done. And that'll look at that single car. We'll come back here to the 5-unit car. Really not a whole lot more to add, other than the fact that instead of a independent car, you do have 5 units which are articulated, and there is a coupler on each end of the car, right back there where you see it coupled to the box car. And we'll come right over here, and there's the end right there. And basically, if you want to know how these cars go together, the correct orientation, we have here the A end of this car, and of course back there is the B end. And how it would go would be, you would basically start right here at the B end. This will be the C car, or the C well, then the D well, and then the E well, and finally the A end, the N well, the A well right here. And that's basically how these cars would go together. So just kind of a little tidbit of information if you're curious about the correct way these cars go together. So so there you have it there. But again, very nicely done detailing. All the lettering is legible. A lot of cool little features. Brake chains all around down the side of the car there. Really nice. The brake detailing. The car also has piping, and it does have some separately applied details, not a lot, but, and that's a good thing, because you can handle these cars, and they'll hold up pretty good. And as you can see, they look really nice with these containers here. You can run up to a 48-foot container. You might can get away with a 53-foot. I'm not sure. Yeah. You might could get away with a 53-foot. I would be hesitant to try it if it was me, but if you have some of these cars, you could probably give it a go, and it might work. So I'd probably stick with the 48s on top if it was me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you might could get away with running a 53 on top, but still, these cars look really good loaded. They look good loaded. They look good empty. If you want to run a bare table train. But really nice looking cars. Walthers did a real nice job on them. You know, it makes a really nice looking train. I have a couple more sets of these, plus another one of these single well cars. Really would like to eventually get containers for all of them, but we'll go ahead and couple them up to this train here and let you kind of get a look at them in action here. This will take care of the review on these cars. I just kind of want to do a quick little review and let you kind of see them. These cars here I got, or this 5-unit car I got at Midwest Model Railroad. I ordered them from their site, and they're about $98 if you order them, the 5-unit car. If you order them from their website, and they're about I think they're about 22 for these cars here, 22 or 23 bucks for these single well cars. So very attractively priced cars. They look great. I mean, they just look great in this train. So we'll leave you with a run by. We hope you enjoyed this little review of these well cars. As always, we appreciate you watching these videos. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. And we'll catch you down the road. So stay safe, everybody, and happy model railroading. We'll leave you with a run by of these cars in action. So take care.